What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Torrence, and in today's video we are testing out the first palette from Patrick Starr's new beauty line, One Size. I am someone who has supported Patrick Starrr from the very first time I saw one of his videos. The first thing I remember seeing with Patrick Starrr is, oh my god, the makeup is beautiful, the personality is over the top. Where do I sign up? Instantly hit that subscribe button. Watch everything, and any and every time I thought, how could I support Patrick? I never had a reason. I never had a way besides just sharing his videos and things like that. And then he came out with his matte collections. Honey, I went buku out. That first collection, I bought every single piece. Every single piece. I also bought some of his other ones, but it wasn't until I started doing my makeup for this tutorial that I realized I can't use any of that stuff because you all may not have it. So although it did hurt my feelings that I could not use my blush duo to support Patrick, my powder, my lipsticks, lip glosses, like I have them, honey. They're here, but I wanted to make sure you all could follow with this tutorial. So I did swap all of these items out for permanent matte items. I'm going to make sure everything is listed in the description bar below. And although for Patrick's new line, I did want to just step my foot into there because one, I'm trying to watch everything that I bring into my collection, and two, I ain't got the money like that. So I just wanted to buy one item at a time. Don't want to go broke trying to help support somebody else. So we did get the eyeshadow palette here. So if you want to see how I got this look here, as well as my first impressions on this palette, just go ahead and continue to watch. This is the Patrick Starrr Visionary Eyeshadow Palette. This palette has 15 shades. I'll try to give you a close-up of that. 15 beautiful shades. This is a warm neutral palette, which, as we all know, tends to be the most popular in the makeup community. I've already prepped my eyelids. Because of Patrick Starrr, I want to try to use as many different MAC products as I can. So I switched my normal eye primer over for the Soft Ochre Matte Paint Pot. That's all over the lid, set with my RCMA powder. Did my normal brow routine with my Fenty brows, and I'll make sure I leave all products listed in the description bar below. But because I want to step out of my comfort zone, although I'm going to be using a familiar brand, which is MAC Cosmetics, I want to try to use colors I am not normally comfortable with. And if there's one color that does that for me, blue. Blue just isn't my favorite eyeshadow color. I don't know why, but I'm getting more and more into it. So we're going to start off with that shade all throughout our crease and outer V. I may even take that into the inner V as well if I decide I want to do a halo eye. But we're just going to get started first and see where this takes us. Gonna just load that up and see how she buffs and blends. Okay, first thing up, I am loving that she blends straight through. She didn't give me any patchy marks at first. So now I'm not afraid to start at the front of my eye. I want to diffuse this part up, and then we'll just pack it on the inner and outer half because I think I can take this and make this a halo eye today. And I must admit, I thought this shade initially would be a little more vibrant. We're going to see what it looks like when I pack it on. This looks a little more cool tone than what I initially expected, but because I'm going for a cool tone eye look today, I'm not going to be upset about that. This really helps this blue comes off a little more vibrant on the lid. She's definitely pigmented, that much we gotta give her. She blends out beautifully. Alright, now I'm gonna take that same brush and we're just gonna pack that on the inner and outer corner. It does appear much more vibrant and blue when you just pack it on instead of blending it. Alright, now we're going to jump across and do the same thing on the other side. Baby, she looking a mess right now, but we're gonna clean her up real fast. Now that I'm satisfied with my crease shape, we're gonna go ahead and apply this transition shade here. It's called Top of My Game. And we're gonna load that up on the number 18 Wayne Goss brush and press that up against the edges first. I'm gonna use this to diffuse out my edges and give me a seamless blend. I want to diffuse that blue first before we just start to go up. Look at that. This, that, like come on. Patrick, this isn't fair for this to be so pretty. For me to not be a huge fan of blues, this is giving me life. Now that we're satisfied with our transition shade, we're going to go in and cut our crease. Because this is a halo eye, we want to try to keep most of this right there in the center. And I just like to cut as high as possible. And just bring things down. I want to cover a little bit of that inner and outer crease shade because we can always diffuse the edges later. And on the center of the lid, we're going to go in with this shade here, Rebel Gray. Okay. She's not just a plain, straight up gray. It has like a slight bluish purplish undertone to it. I definitely went a little over my edge on this side, but we can clean that up later. And because I'm taking my lid shade over too far, I'm going to go back in with my original blue and diffuse the edges of that. To deepen up my inner and outer crease as well as diffuse the edge of my halo right there a little further, I'm going to go in with our matte black shade here, Turban Legend. And you want just the very outer bits right here. It's going to give us just a little more depth. And she is pigmented, honey, so be careful. I'm going to load my brush up, knock off as much product as possible, and diffuse my crease right here. Yes, honey, when you stare, I want you to see the darkness. So far, I'm satisfied with what we have here. I'm going to go ahead and do my face, and then I'll be back to show you how we'll finish off the eyes and the lips. Back at it, and baby, let me tell you, this was a hard look to pull off. Not because the products were difficult, because everything was wonderful, but because everything I picked out, I could not use. I completely forgot that I wanted to be able to use products online that are permanent and that you all can recreate the look yourselves. And so everything I had set up was limited edition. Wanted to use my Max Patrick powder, realized they no longer sell this, so I put it down, used my regular powder. Everything will be linked down in the description bar below. Also wanted to use the blush duo from another collab with Patrick, because these are beautiful. Once again, you can't buy these either, so I swapped that out for a different MAC blush. These Sweets for My Sweets Extra Dimension blush, which you can find. I love it just because it gives a nice glow to the skin, but this can be built up to be very, very pigmented and come off as this color. I just wanted to go in very lightly today just to get the same coral hue from the I'm Not Blushing duo here. It wasn't until after I put lashes on, these are just my normal Ardell Wispies, that I realized I could have used some MAC lashes, but I wasn't about to take these off just to do so. We want to go ahead, finish up our eyes and lips using other products. The first thing I want to do is go in and finish off my eyes. We are going to add a little highlighter, and for that I'm going to go in with Soft Frost from MAC. This highlighter has, I believe, a white base, but as you can see, it's a slight duochrome with that blue/purple hue to it. Gonna be perfect for today's look. Gonna go in and put that underneath the brows as well as my inner corner. And now I can honestly feel good about actually buying this highlighter because I bought them in every shade. And look at that, yes. As we all know, MAC makes my favorite highlighter, Oh Darling, which is what I'm wearing on the face, but for the eyes, I wanted something that would actually complement the look. And I love seeing that inner corner just shine from across the room. And we're going to do the same thing with the brows. As you can instantly see there already, that color does not play. And normally I would drag it all the way across the front, but today I want to just keep this on the back half. And just because we're already being extra, I'm going to go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line with a small pencil brush. And I'm going to go in with that shade Top of My Game. I'm loving how this is just soft enough to smoke out the lower lash line, but not so much to take over the eye look. It's not competing with our bright under eye concealer. Because if I wanted to do so, I would have probably just gone back in with that blue shade. But I feel as if what we have is dramatic enough. Normally I would avoid eyeliner, but my See About It Fenty Fly Liner is not to be found right now. I know I wore it a few months ago, so I'm scared I might have left it over my sister's house. These three blue eyeliners that I have here are all limited edition. I have Goddess by Urban Decay. I have Vivid, also by Urban Decay from the Jean-Michel Basquiat collection, as well as my Island Ting one from Lip Bar. This was the one from the Justine Skye collection. And I'll just use this one just because it's probably the one that was the last one to come out of the three. So there's a higher chance that people may have this one than the other two. So I'm just going to go ahead, pop this on the lower lash line. Next, the one that really hurt my feelings, the lip color. I just knew for sure I was about to break out my Mama Starrr lipstick. I'll show you these here. I absolutely love collecting MAC lipsticks. And as you can see on this side here, I have my Patrick Starrr ones from the Christmas collection. The ones from his Floral Duet here, I have both of those. And I also have the three original ones here where he had that light one. My Mama Starrr, the one I was going to wear here. But I realized not only can we no longer, let me put this down before I drop it. And what I wanted to wear was my Mama Starrr lipstick and lip gloss duo. I absolutely love these colors here. It's a very neutral shade. but knowing it's limited edition and I don't have the shade Taupe, which is the shade I believe is closest to this one here, I don't want to wear those. What I can still wear is the lip pencil in the shade Mahogany. Although this is the limited edition packaging for Patrick Starrr, this color is something that can be purchased year round. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this pencil here. Look how crisp and sharp that line is, honey. I'm telling you, when you sharpen a MAC lip pencil, you know you are in for it. These things go on like a scalpel. And look at that pencil there. Mahogany is a very beautiful shade. To top the lips off, we're going to go in with a very popular shade, Velvet Teddy. Once again, a limited edition packaging, but a permanent shade. And what I want to do, instead of just filling in the whole lips, I want to just fill in the center and try to drag it out. I want this to be the slightest hint of color. And there we go. Now that we have lipstick on, I have two different glosses here. I have See-Through and Bow, and I think we're gonna just go ahead and go with Bow. This one looks like it'll be a lot more flattering. And I just want to take this and press it directly in the center of the lips and let that spread and leave it matte around the very corners. Get a little more. Matte Coconut Fix Plus. I'm going to drown in it today just to give us that extra glowy dewy look. All nighter that lasts all day. Cheap Fan, Expensive Breeze, Good Times. Gonna give this a few more seconds to dry down and I'll be back to show you all the final look and give you my thoughts. And this is the final look. I wanted to give you all a full face view before I give you all my final thoughts. And as you can tell, I am adoring this look. I think one of the main reasons why I truly love this one today instead of normally is because this isn't a straight blue look. It has a slight purple undertone to it, and I am truly adoring it. Patrick's formula, blendable, buildable. This color story here, as you can see, you'll get several different looks. Even if you just wanted to go with your basic warm tones, you have some here that have much more of an oranger tone, some with more of a reddy tone, some with more of a much more yellow tone. You also have your pop of colors here where you have some greens, some blues, even my favorite, black. So I mean, there is a total variety of shades here. And to know we're getting 15 shades for $42, the price range is on point. The packaging is more original. I love the fact that he started off here with the reds, which is something that we associate with Patrick Starrr. Anytime I see a big, bold, bright red look, I automatically think of him in either red lipstick or his Christmas campaign for MAC. And then I also love how he just flipped it and didn't keep the same thing going. Here we have the red with the pink going on. Here is the pink with the red. So it's not like he just took one idea, photocopied it, and just ran with it. Also, the rest of the face, come on now. MAC Cosmetics, although they may not be as popular as they used to be, the products are still always as good as they have been. As you can see, the glow, the blush, the lips, honey. I am someone who always does a pale nude lip, but this has me feeling myself. and the eyes. Honey, next time I do this, I am gonna promise to make sure I wear MAC lashes, but I just completely got caught up in it. So let me know if you picked up anything from the new Patrick Starrr line. This brand One Size here, and although we avoided most of the neutral shades here, you see, this palette will take you to the drama zone. If you are someone who wants the neutral, you can do that, but I'm someone who likes to step out into colors more often than not, and then every now and then get me some neutrals. So I highly recommend this palette. I hope you all truly enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, leave me a comment down below if you grabbed anything from the new line One Size. Although all I did grab for now is the eyeshadow palette, I truly do have intentions on grabbing one of the eyeliners as well as one of the liquid eyeshadows. I have a bunch of liquid eyeshadows with me right now, so I'm trying to test those out and do a small declutter before I bring more into my collection. I think that's all I have to say, so we're gonna go ahead and end this video. I hope you all continue to practice. Remember to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye, YouTube.